trip and not in a bathroom, which I thought where I was at. And my girlfriend said she would walk in and I would be sitting like Buddha, like legs crossed, facing the wall, like 2 inches from a wall, just staring at it with my eyes open. And that I would look at her and my eyes would be cross-eyed. And then like I would turn back towards the wall. And she's like, I didn't know what you, she's like, I thought you were mad. She's like, you were just sitting there facing a wall or something. I have no idea what the fuck that was about, but
you had what's called a breakthrough experience. You have what all those psychedelic freaks all really want to see. You know, a lot of people will talk about they like to do mushrooms, but they never really done mushrooms. You don't really do mushrooms until you see what you saw. What you did is have the full-blown experience, and that's one of the reasons why people talk about, like, why do you make such a big deal? They'll say to me, like, why do you make such a big deal about mushrooms? Why do you make a big deal about DMT or the psychedelic experience? Why do you make such a big deal? It's so infantile. Well, I make a big deal about it because to me it is a big deal. What I've experienced, especially DMT, it's like, it's impossible. It is impossible, and it's impossibly beautiful, and it's impossibly wise. And after it's over, I feel like I'm a better person. I feel like I learned something, and I come back better and nicer and improved and more enlightened. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. I'm agreeing with you. It sounds ridiculous hearing my own voice. But goddamn, that shit is important.
The non-lethal, life-changing, and there's a lot of people that give it 5 stars on Yelp. Okay? It's like, you know, some people have had some bad times on mushrooms, that's a fact, but if mushrooms had a Yelp page, it would be a motherfucker. The shit would be filled with stars, and there would be like a link to, every one of those reviews would say more at the bottom. So you'd have to click to get an extra paragraph.
How many
or 2.
infinite stars are there?
Yeah, it would be, yeah, if you had less than 5 stars for mushrooms, you're an asshole. Right? Give it 5 stars, stupid. It was the best thing that ever happened to you.
The time is now 1 a.m. Brian is unable to snap his fingers and terminate the trip, which continues.
There's fucking complex geometric patterns moving in synchronous order to 3-dimensional space, and it's like they're arteries. There's fucking lights, pulsating lights with no boundaries, and you couldn't really understand it. And there's an alien communicating who looks like sort of like a Thai Buddha, except he's made entirely of energy, and there's no like outline to him. He's just one thing, and he's concentrating on it, and he's trying to tell me not to give in to astonishment. In the stand-up community, we pride ourselves in being able to describe things. So I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna talk about this? It's like a beat, and there's all these fucking complex patterns moving around, and this guy's looking at me in the eye, and I am fucking freaking out. And it lasts for about 5 minutes.
He sobs. As his joy turns to fear.
and my body starts twitching. Like immediately I had all these twitches over my body, like it was twitching. And the only thing
rumblings in the universe coming.
Suddenly, I looked at my hand and it turned into triangles, pyramids. Like I couldn't see my fingers; they were just tons of little pyramids. And I've always had in the past, whenever I was shrooming, I knew where I was. I looked around, and I saw the room. I knew it was my room, but it just looked trippy. This was like, no, I was not seeing anything that looked familiar. It was like pyramids and gears and a lot of clock tower type things, like inside a clock. I fell to the ground 4 times while walking up to the stairs. My feet would not work anymore. My legs just would not work. So I was trying to crawl, so I somehow got in bed, and I'm looking at what was a ceiling fan, but to me it was just this spinning black hole, like fucking of colors, and I thought I was dead. I was like, I am dead. And then I just started getting really sick. Finally, I get up, ran to the bathroom, and I fell on the ground too. I ran to the bathroom, puked. My puke turned into what was beets, turned into this red furry tree that came out and was just shooting lasers and stuff. And then suddenly it all stopped. And I was like, what the fuck was that? I feel normal, I don't see anything and everything, and suddenly it just immediately went right back into the world.
And the best parts of psychedelic experiences are the learning parts. sounds like so boring to people because they think, like, oh no, I thought I was going to see amazing things and I was going to watch elephants fly and it was going to be, mad hallucinations, which, does occur sometimes, but that's not what it's really about. What it's really about is about a learning experience.
The crazy thing about DMT, because DMT is literally like having a meeting with God. It's like having a meeting with divine, unbelievably wise, incredibly loving energy, like whatever it is, the source of everything. And it leaves you so humbled that after it's over, it's like literally like you're still you still look like you still wear the same clothes you are, but you're not really you anymore. I mean, you literally have been changed. You have experienced something that very few humans experience. And the thought to me that people can go through their entire lives and not know about this is an incredible waste of time. It's like your life could be so much more positive and so much more interesting and fascinating, and you would be so much more humble and aware of what you really are and where you really stand.